Good morning, everyone, and welcome. I'm delighted to have you here today. We'll be exploring the future of regulatory compliance in pharmaceutical manufacturing. On this slide, you see Dr. S.K. Singh, PhD, and the title of our presentation. We'll be discussing how regulatory requirements are evolving and what that means for the industry. Over the course of this session, we'll cover key trends, challenges, and opportunities that lie ahead. So, let's get started and look forward to an engaging and insightful discussion. Let's begin by looking at the current industry shift happening in pharmaceuticals. The industry is moving towards more advanced and integrated systems such as digital quality systems, which help streamline processes and improve data accuracy. Real-time monitoring is becoming essential, allowing companies to track production and quality metrics instantly. Predictive compliance is also gaining importance. It uses data and analytics to foresee potential issues before they happen, reducing risks. Additionally, AI-driven manufacturing oversight is transforming how we manage production by enabling smarter, more efficient decision-making. Now, contrast this with the traditional compliance model. Historically, compliance relied heavily on manual documentation, paper logs, spreadsheets, and manual record-keeping. Inspections were periodic, often reactive, meaning issues were addressed after they occurred. This reactive approach, combined with batch-based manufacturing systems, meant quality control was somewhat disconnected from real-time operations. As we explore these shifts, it's important to understand how regulatory compliance in pharma has evolved. Ensuring medicines meet quality, safety, and efficacy standards has always been a core goal. But with technological advancements, the way we achieve and maintain compliance is changing dramatically. This evolution supports more proactive, efficient, and reliable pharmaceutical manufacturing, key themes that underpin the entire discussion today. So, why is regulatory compliance evolving these days? Well, a big part of it is driven by technological advancements. For instance, artificial intelligence, or AI, is transforming how we process and analyze data, making compliance more dynamic and smarter. Then there's the Internet of Things, or IoT, which connects devices and systems, providing real-time data that regulators are increasingly relying on. Cloud computing also plays a role, offering scalable and flexible platforms for managing compliance information securely. Advanced analytics help identify patterns and potential risks faster than ever before. And automation and robotics are streamlining processes, reducing manual errors, and enabling rapid response to regulatory changes. Now, on the regulatory focus side, there's a clear shift toward data transparency, making sure that data is accessible and understandable to stakeholders. Real-time quality assurance is becoming essential, allowing companies to catch issues immediately rather than after the fact. Cybersecurity is more critical than ever, given the increased digitalization, protecting sensitive data from threats. Regulators are also emphasizing risk-based decision-making, encouraging companies to prioritize efforts based on actual risk levels rather than just compliance checklists. But these changes come with significant industry challenges. For example, product complexity is increasing, making compliance more complicated. Global supply chains introduce risks that are harder to control and monitor. Expectations from regulators are rising, demanding more comprehensive and proactive approaches. Data integrity remains a core concern, ensuring that the data used for compliance is accurate and trustworthy. And there's also a strong demand for faster product releases, which pressures companies to streamline their compliance processes without sacrificing quality or safety. Altogether, these technological drivers, focus areas, and industry challenges show how compliance is becoming more sophisticated and integrated into every aspect of our operations. It's an evolving landscape that requires agility and innovation to navigate successfully. Let's take a look at the future regulatory direction. First, we're seeing a shift towards continuous manufacturing, which allows for more efficient and consistent production processes. Digital validation systems are also becoming more prevalent, enabling real-time monitoring and validation of manufacturing activities. AI governance frameworks are emerging to ensure that artificial intelligence is used responsibly and effectively within regulatory environments. Additionally, real-time release testing, or RTRT, is gaining importance, allowing products to be released based on in-process data rather than traditional end-product testing. When we consider the major global regulatory guidelines, several key players come into focus. The US FDA, the European Medicines Agency, MHRA in the UK, WHO, and CDSCO in India are all shaping the landscape. Each of these bodies provides essential guidance to ensure product safety and efficacy. Speaking of important guidelines, good manufacturing practices, or GMP, remain fundamental. Then, you have frameworks like ICH Q8, Q9, and Q10, which focus on pharmaceutical development, quality risk management, and pharmaceutical quality systems. The FDA's 21 CFR Part 11 addresses electronic records and signatures, while the EU GMP Annex 11 aligns with that, emphasizing data integrity and electronic systems. Finally, the ALCOA Plus principles for data integrity are crucial. They ensure data is attributable, legible, contemporaneous, original, accurate, complete, consistent, and enduring. All of these elements work together to create a robust, future-ready regulatory environment that supports innovation while safeguarding quality and safety. Let's take a closer look at digital transformation in compliance. For example, a pharmaceutical company that implemented electronic batch records was able to cut down their documentation review time by 40%. Not only did this speed up their processes, but it also significantly improved their inspection readiness, making audits smoother and more efficient. Now, what are the benefits of digital compliance overall? Well, first, it greatly improves traceability. You can track every step of the process more easily, which is crucial for meeting regulatory requirements. Second, investigations become faster because data is more accessible and organized. Third, human error is reduced because automation and digital systems minimize manual input mistakes. Fourth, audit readiness is enhanced since all records are digitized and readily available. And finally, operational efficiency is improved because digital tools streamline workflows and reduce redundancies. Let's also touch on some of the modern compliance technologies driving these changes. Electronic batch records, or EBR, are digital versions of traditional batch documentation, making data easier to access and analyze. Manufacturing execution systems, or MES, help monitor and control manufacturing processes in real time. Laboratory information management systems, known as LIMS, organize laboratory data and streamline testing workflows. And digital quality management systems, or EQMS, integrate quality processes across the organization, ensuring compliance and continuous improvement. Altogether, these technologies are transforming how companies manage compliance, making it not only more efficient, but also more reliable and transparent, which aligns perfectly with our overall theme of leveraging digital solutions to stay ahead in regulation and quality. Let's take a closer look at the role of artificial intelligence in shaping future compliance. For example, AI algorithms can monitor manufacturing parameters in real time, which allows them to predict potential batch deviations well before any product failure actually occurs. This proactive approach is a game changer because it enables us to address issues early on. The benefits of this are quite significant. First, it helps with early risk identification, meaning we can catch problems before they escalate. Second, it facilitates faster decision-making, which keeps processes smooth and responsive. Third, it helps reduce compliance deviations, ensuring we stay aligned with regulations and standards. And fourth, it supports continuous quality verification, maintaining high standards throughout the production process. When we look at AI applications, we see a variety of powerful tools. Predictive quality monitoring, for instance, helps us anticipate quality issues before they happen. Automated deviation detection quickly flags any inconsistencies. AI-assisted root cause analysis dives deep into problems to find their origins efficiently. Intelligent audit trail review streamlines the compliance checks, by making audits more thorough and less time-consuming. And predictive maintenance helps us schedule repairs and upkeep before equipment breaks down, minimizing downtime and maintaining product quality. All of these applications highlight how AI is not just a tool, but a strategic partner in ensuring compliance and quality in the future. Let's take a closer look at some real-world examples. Regulators are increasingly issuing warning letters when they find inadequate audit trail reviews or weak controls over computerized systems. This highlights how crucial it is to have strong digital compliance measures in place. As we move forward, you'll notice that the importance of secure digital compliance continues to grow. This includes meeting regulatory expectations, such as maintaining complete audit trails, which are essential for tracking all activities. Controlled system access is also vital to prevent unauthorized use, and secure electronic signatures help ensure data integrity and accountability. Additionally, having reliable data backup and recovery systems is key to safeguarding information. Cybersecurity risk management becomes even more critical as threats evolve, so organizations need to stay vigilant. Now, tying this into the ALCOA Plus principles, each of these points aligns with the core concepts of data integrity. For example, data must be attributable to a responsible person, legible and easily retrievable, and recorded contemporaneously. That is, at the time the activity occurs. Original data should be preserved, and information needs to be accurate, complete, and consistent over time. Lastly, data should be enduring and available whenever needed, supporting transparency and compliance. Overall, integrating these principles into digital systems not only helps meet regulatory expectations, but also builds a solid foundation for trustworthy data management. Let's take a look at some of the key regulatory advantages of modern manufacturing approaches. First, improved product consistency is a big plus. When processes are better understood and controlled, the quality of the product becomes more predictable and reliable. That means fewer variations and higher confidence in what we deliver to patients. Next, there's the benefit of faster product release. By using advanced technologies, we can get products to market more quickly without compromising quality. This speeds up development cycles and can give companies a competitive edge. Better process understanding is also crucial. With tools like Process Analytical Technology, or PAT, companies can monitor and verify their processes in real time. This not only ensures quality, but also provides valuable insights for continuous improvement. For example, several global pharmaceutical companies are now implementing PAT tools for ongoing process verification, which is a game changer. Looking ahead, future manufacturing models are moving toward continuous manufacturing. This means a non-stop production process with real-time monitoring and control, leading to reduced variability and more consistent output. Another exciting development is real-time release testing, or RTRT. Instead of waiting until the end of production to test the final product, quality is verified during manufacturing itself. This approach reduces our dependency on traditional end product testing, speeds up release times, and further enhances confidence in product quality. All of these advancements are aligned with the overall goal of making manufacturing more efficient, reliable, and compliant with regulatory standards. Let's talk about some of the key compliance improvements we're seeing in modern laboratories. First, faster out-of-specification investigations are a huge benefit, allowing us to identify and address issues more quickly. This leads to improved laboratory efficiency overall. Better traceability and reporting are also critical, ensuring that every step is documented accurately, which supports transparency and compliance with regulatory requirements. Speaking of transparency, enhanced regulatory transparency means that regulators can access clear, detailed data, making audits and reviews smoother. To give a concrete example, AI-powered chromatogram review systems can now spot abnormal peaks much faster than traditional manual analysis, saving time and reducing human error. Moving on to the smart quality control laboratories of the future, Emerging QC technologies like AI-based anomaly detection and automated chromatography review are transforming how we monitor quality. Digital laboratory ecosystems, including IoT-enabled environmental monitoring, are creating interconnected, data-rich environments. This not only improves accuracy, but also helps us proactively maintain optimal conditions. Altogether, these advancements are aligning with our broader goal of making laboratories more efficient, transparent, and compliant through innovative technology. When we look at the regulatory challenges of emerging technologies, we see a complex landscape that organizations need to navigate carefully. First, there are organizational challenges like the high costs associated with implementing new systems, which can be a significant barrier, especially for smaller organizations. Then, there's the skill gap. Many companies find that their workforce isn't fully prepared to manage or operate these advanced technologies. Resistance to change is also common. People tend to be wary of new processes, making change management a critical factor. For example, when adopting AI-driven systems, organizations must demonstrate model validation and ongoing performance monitoring to regulators, which adds another layer of complexity. On the technical side, validating AI systems is a major hurdle because these models can be quite complex and often act as a black box, making explainability a challenge. Integrating AI with existing legacy infrastructure can also be tricky, as compatibility issues may arise. Plus, data standardization remains an ongoing issue. Ensuring consistent, high-quality data is fundamental for reliable AI performance. When we turn to the regulatory challenges, explainability is a key concern. Regulators want to understand how AI models arrive at their decisions, which isn't always straightforward. Adding to this, there's a real lack of harmonized regulations across different jurisdictions, creating uncertainty for organizations operating globally. And finally, the documentation required to demonstrate compliance can be quite complex and time-consuming, often acting as a barrier to rapid deployment. All these challenges highlight how vital it is for organizations not only to innovate, but also to carefully manage regulatory and technical hurdles as they adopt emerging technologies. Now, let's look at what we can expect in future inspections. As the slide indicates, regulators are increasingly requesting direct access to electronic quality systems during inspections. This means we'll need to be ready to provide real-time data and demonstrate transparency. When it comes to inspection priorities, sterility assurance remains a top concern, ensuring that our products are safe and free from contamination. Additionally, AI system governance is gaining importance, so we need to have clear controls and documentation for our AI tools. Electronic records compliance is also critical, as regulators want to see that our digital data is accurate, complete, and reliable. Cybersecurity controls are essential too, to protect sensitive information from potential threats. Looking ahead at how regulatory inspections are evolving, remote inspections and digital audits are becoming more common. This shift allows regulators to review our facilities and data without being physically present, which means we need to be prepared for virtual interactions. Real-time access to manufacturing data is another key trend, enabling regulators to monitor ongoing processes more effectively. Lastly, there's a growing focus on risk-based inspection models, where inspections are tailored based on the risk profile of our operations, and a heightened emphasis on data integrity, making sure all our electronic records are trustworthy and secure. Overall, these changes highlight the need for us to stay ahead by strengthening our digital systems and ensuring compliance at every level. As we look to the future, compliance goes beyond just ensuring product quality. It's increasingly about meeting emerging ESG expectations, which are becoming a critical part of our industry's standards. This involves adopting sustainable manufacturing practices, such as making our processes more energy efficient, reducing waste, and implementing green chemistry methods. These initiatives are not just about being environmentally responsible. They're also essential for staying competitive and aligned with global regulations. In fact, Environmental and sustainability compliance is now a strategic requirement for pharmaceutical companies operating worldwide. For example, many organizations are shifting to paperless digital quality systems. This simple change can significantly cut down operational waste and boost sustainability metrics, helping us meet these new expectations more effectively. Ultimately, embracing these practices not only benefits the environment, but also strengthens our overall business resilience and reputation. Now, let's look at some of the emerging innovations shaping the future of regulatory compliance. These key trends are really about harnessing advanced technologies to create smarter, more efficient systems. For example, autonomous manufacturing systems are becoming more prevalent, enabling processes to run with minimal human intervention while maintaining high standards of quality and compliance. Digital twins are another exciting development. They allow us to simulate manufacturing processes digitally, which helps in testing and optimizing operations before actual implementation. Blockchain-enabled supply chain traceability is also gaining traction, providing transparent, tamper-proof records that enhance trust and compliance across the entire supply chain. Explainable AI, or XAI, is critical because it makes AI decisions more transparent, helping regulators and stakeholders understand how conclusions are reached. Predictive compliance analytics leverages data to foresee potential issues before they happen, allowing for proactive measures rather than reactive ones. Lastly, self-correcting manufacturing processes are designed to detect deviations automatically and adjust themselves in real time, ensuring continuous compliance without manual intervention. All these innovations tie into a broader industry vision, shifting from a reactive approach to compliance towards an intelligent, predictive, and self-monitoring pharmaceutical ecosystem. This transition is about making compliance not just a requirement, but an integral part of smart, adaptive manufacturing systems that improve quality, efficiency, and patient safety. Now, let's look at some strategic recommendations for pharma companies to stay ahead in this rapidly evolving landscape. First, investing in digital quality infrastructure is crucial. This means building robust systems that support data accuracy and reliability across operations. Strengthening data integrity programs is also essential, as trustworthy data underpins every decision we make. Building solid AI governance frameworks is another key point. As we leverage artificial intelligence, having clear policies and oversight ensures ethical and effective use. Enhancing cybersecurity systems cannot be overstated. Protecting sensitive information from threats is fundamental to maintaining trust and compliance. Training the workforce in digital compliance is vital too. Equipping employees with the right skills helps embed a culture of quality and accountability. Adopting a risk-based approach to quality management allows us to prioritize efforts where they matter most, improving efficiency and outcomes. And finally, continuously improving inspection readiness ensures we're always prepared for audits and inspections, which reinforces our commitment to quality. Now, behind all these actions, success depends heavily on certain factors. Cross-functional collaboration is key. Getting different teams to work together seamlessly creates a more resilient organization. Strong leadership support drives these initiatives forward and ensures they are aligned with our strategic goals. And fostering a culture of continuous innovation keeps us adaptable, allowing us to embrace new technologies and methodologies as they emerge. These recommendations and success factors are interconnected, all supporting our overarching goal of enhancing quality, safety, and compliance in the pharma industry. Let's wrap up with a quick summary of where we're headed in pharmaceutical manufacturing compliance. As we've seen, it's a rapidly evolving landscape driven by advances in AI, digitalization, and the development of smart quality systems. These technologies are transforming how we ensure quality and safety, making compliance more proactive and efficient. Looking to the future, the focus will shift towards predictive monitoring, anticipating issues before they happen, real-time quality assurance, and creating secure digital ecosystems that protect critical data. This means organizations that actively embrace technological innovation and adopt proactive compliance strategies will not only meet regulations more effectively, but also gain a competitive edge. Remember, the future of pharmaceutical compliance is about building intelligent, connected, and data-driven manufacturing ecosystems. These will be essential in ensuring product quality and, most importantly, patient safety. It's an exciting time, and those who innovate now will lead the way forward. For further support, please don't hesitate to reach out. If you have any questions or need additional guidance, we're here to help. Feel free to contact us at any time. Thank you so much for your attention and engagement throughout this presentation. We truly appreciate your time and interest.